Best Robot Vacuum Cleaner UK in 2024. Our favorite tested cleaners for carpets, mopping and self-emptying. Robot vacuum cleaners are no longer the expensive pieces of tech they used to be. You can now pick up a reliable robot vacuum for less than £200, although there are options for you to spend a lot more if you prefer a vacuum with all the bells and whistles. Robot vacuums do a great job of keeping your carpets clean with minimum hassle. They use built-in cameras and a variety of sensors to find their way around your home, and will return to base to charge themselves. All you have to do is occasionally empty the dust collection bin. How we test robot vacuum cleaners. We test each robot vacuum cleaner by installing it in a typical domestic setting. The charging station is always placed in the SIG floor plan to clean, so we can see how elements such as navigation and speed compare between every robot we review. It's a challenging floor plan that challenges even the smartest robot, with plenty of corners, tight spots, low furniture, surface changes and cable nests. During testing, each robot is connected to Wi-Fi, and controlled through the supplied app, where available. We test all the features and functions, including navigation to a second story, to ensure robots can handle switching between multiple maps. If a robot has a self-emptying station or comes with a mop attachment, we test those, too. When it comes to analyzing a robot's cleaning capabilities, we test each robot using measured spillages of rice and flour. We send the robot to perform a spot clean of each spill on both carpet and hard floor, and measure the amount collected each time. This indicates how effective it is, and allows us to compare the results with every robot vacuum cleaner we've ever tested. Number 1. Best Robot Vacuum for Pet Hair in UK, Roborock Q7 Max Plus Robot Vacuum Cleaner. We don't expect robot vacuum cleaners that can empty themselves to be particularly affordable, but the Roborock Q7 Max Plus bucks the trend. It comes with a secondary vacuum built into its charging station, which sucks the dirt out of the robot's collection bin, and into a large 2.5 liters dust bag. This means you don't have to empty the robot after every clean and, depending on your usage, might be able to wait up to 7 weeks between empties. Despite its budget price, the robot still performed well in our tests. The suction is limited to 4,200 pascals, but its roller uses rubber fins rather than regular bristles, which are good on both carpet and hard floor. It's also more resistant to hair tangles than most robot vacuums with regular function, but it's fairly basic. A cloth is attached to a plastic plate, which is then clipped onto the base of the vacuum cleaner. Water is added to a reservoir in the collection bin, and fed out slowly through the mopping cloth, as it's dragged along behind the robot. This does the job, but like many in the price range, isn't the most effective. Nonetheless, this is an excellent robot vacuum for the price, and almost a complete package in terms of cost, performance. Number 2. Best Value Robot Vacuum Cleaner in UK, Ecovacs Deebot N10 Robot Vacuum Cleaner. The Ecovacs Deebot N10 has plenty going for it. It's a decent vacuum cleaner that will do a good job of keeping your floor clean, especially if you send it out regularly. This is easy to set up using the Ecovacs app, which is well featured and simple to operate. The N10 is also an excellent navigator. Its LiDAR-based mapping makes short work of creating a map of your home, and it can manage multiple floors with little difficulty. It's gentle around furniture, and didn't become stuck in or around any hazards during testing. The most disappointing element is the mop, which is a drag and wipe affair. You have to fill the reservoir with water, then attach the plate with cloth into the vac's underside. This is drip-fed clean water as it wipes over robots that add movement to agitate dirt to remove it. Number 3. Best Budget Robot Vacuum Cleaner UK, Eufy RoboVac X8 Robot Vacuum Cleaner. A good robot vacuum cleaner needs to be a good all-rounder, effective at picking dust and dirt off your floor, but also supported by solid navigation and a good app. The Eufy RoboVac X8 lines up all these elements. It isn't the best cleaner we've ever seen in terms of dealing with serious mess in a spot clean, but it is a solid general cleaner, has a brilliant app, and is excellent at mapping, which makes it easy to configure and use. Its cameras and lasers build up a detailed map of your floor as it performs its initial clean. This is then saved by the smartphone app, so you can send the X8 to clean individual rooms, and set virtual boundaries to cordon off no-go areas. This simple and intuitive operation, accompanying an affordable and capable robot for money. The Eufy RoboVac X8 requires very little setup, and once charged, can start vacuuming even before you've set it up on the app. The intelligent laser mapping and route planning means, the Eufy RoboVac X8 cleans rooms with a methodical approach that minimizes the chances of areas being missed. However, when we strategically sprinkled oats in various locations, it picked up on average about 80% of the debris. We noticed more of the oats were picked up on carpet than hard floor. This is because on hard floor it sometimes flicked the oats around with the brush without actually sucking them up. That said, for general dust collection pickup was very good, and this was evident when emptying the dust container. As with most robot vacuums, the Eufy RoboVac X8 performs best when set to clean frequently, which is a departure from the traditional weekly thorough vacuuming that you may be used to if you haven't had its most spaces well, making its way carefully around obstacles, but the height means it doesn't fit under furniture with low clearance. We were impressed at how well it navigated its way from hard floor onto a thick pile rug, cleaning it with ease. There's a ton of intelligent features accessed via the app, and we found it particularly useful to be able to clean specific rooms and set up no-go zones and boundaries. Our decibel meter registered 60 decibels when the robot vacuum was used on pure, the lowest suction power, which is the same level as when standing 100 feet from an air conditioning unit. It rose to 70 decibels when used on max suction, which is the equivalent of normal conversation in an office. It's certainly not the noisiest robot vacuum we've tested, but it is something to keep in mind if you're planning to schedule it for nighttime cleans. There is some maintenance required, like emptying the dust container, cleaning to replace the brushes periodically, but the app keeps track of usage so you can check when to replace these. This small amount of maintenance is insignificant when compared to the time you'll save by not vacuuming your house every week. Number 4. Best Self-Emptying Robot Vacuum, iRobot Roomba Combo J7 Plus, Self-Emptying Robot Vacuum and Mop. Most robots can navigate around furniture, and find their way back to their charging stations, but if someone has dropped a sock on the way to the washing machine, a robot that doesn't notice it could end up in a tangle that stops it in its tracks. The iRobot Roomba Combo J7 Plus tackles such problems with a front-mounted camera, and a visual database of common hazards it uses to check whether it should be cleaning or avoiding a problem. This includes hooks, charging cables, and even pet mess. Its skills don't end with object detection. The Combo J7 Plus also has iRobot's rubber-sheathed dual roller bars, which are effective at collecting dust and debris, and it empties into a base station when the robot's bin gets full. It also has a mopping function, approaches carpets and rugs. It cleans floors and carpeting incredibly well. This Roomba vacuum and mop delivers on its floor cleaning capabilities. During testing, it vacuumed up an average of 9.85 grams of debris per run on our robot vacuum obstacle course. This data puts it in the same league as the original Roomba J7 Plus robot vacuum, which surprised us because it means the addition of the mop feature does not compromise its vacuuming prowess. Almost 10 grams may not sound like much dirt at all, but given that you can run the iRobot Roomba J7 Plus combo every day with zero lift from you, this adds up to what a full-sized vacuum can accomplish over the course of a week. When it comes to mopping, the iRobot Roomba J7 Plus combo performs acceptably, but not exceptionally. We tested it on a hardwood floor covered with a dusting of talc. A competitor model, the Ecovacs. However, this Roomba has a special trick up its sleeve that makes up for it. Scroll down to see it in action. The iRobot Roomba J7 Plus combo has a self-emptying charging dock. What's that? you ask? In a nutshell, there's a secondary vacuum inside the docking base that suctions out the vacuum's dustbin and places the contents into a sealed bag. If you've ever emptied out the dirt cup of a cordless vacuum, then you know there's always a dust plume. Number 5. Best Budget Robot Vacuum Cleaner and Mop, Yeedi Vac 2 Pro Robot Vacuum Cleaner with Mop. The Yeedi Vac 2 Pro doesn't look that different, on the outside, to the Yeedi Vac station that we reviewed last year. Both are circular vacuum cleaners, with a camera on top for visual SLAM map building. The differences start to pile up when you look more closely. First, the Vac 2 Pro ships with a standard charging dock, whereas the Vac station ships with a self-empty dock. However, the self-empty station is an optional extra if you want the convenience of bin auto-emptying. With the self-emptying station, there are 2.5-liter bags that the robot is emptied into automatically. It certainly saves on a messy job. The big difference is with the mopping. This model has a scrubbing mop, with the microfiber cloth shunting force. This lets it agitate dirt, and we found that it could clean up dried-on mess that a regular robot with a static mop couldn't touch. Vacuuming performance is also excellent. One pass over our hard floor and carpet mess was enough to pick up regular debris, 2 passes was enough to clean even the toughest of messes. Control of the robot is via the Yeedi app. It's functional but a bit clunky in places. After an initial mapping run, the app guessed where our rooms were incorrectly, and the split room feature is a bit fiddly to use. There's also currently no support for multiple maps, although that is coming in the near future. There's a carpet sensor on this robot, so the Vac 2 Pro won't run over your soft flooring while in mopping mode. That's good for safety, but if there's no clear path over carpet to a hard floor area, the robot won't be able to clean everywhere unless you remove the mop bracket. It can lift its mop bracket off the floor and move over carpet. Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant skills are available so that you can start and stop a clean with your voice alone. Although basic in some regards, the quality of the mopping makes this a great mid-range choice for anyone with lots of hard